Well, hello, guys and girls. It's time for another episode of Wheels and Wrenches.
There you go. Oh my.
If you remember in the last video, we got the Ford Falcon Club Wagon van. What a mouthful. We got it actually started, temporary fuel system run for it. We got it driving, took it for a little spin around the road. It actually run really good for sitting 10 years. If you didn't see that video, go back and watch it first because it's going to be the first video of a series of videos on this van. Today, what we plan on doing is we plan on seeing if we can get the fuel tank in here. It's actually not the fuel tank made for the van. The one that goes in the van's like $500. This one, I believe, was out of a 56 Chevy. It was a new fuel tank that a buddy of mine had bought, temporarily used it, and then went back to the original behind the seat in his pickup. So anyways, I'm pretty sure we can make it work. So we're going to try to get the permanent fuel system in. If you remember last time, it had a little bit of a miss to it, but it actually run good for sitting 10 years. We're going to try to get that straightened up, get it to where it's really smooth and has its own fuel system in it today. So the first thing we might need to do is we might need to go ahead and get this up on our lift.
Lift? What lift?
Yeah, we got a lift, didn't you know?
No, I didn't. I hadn't seen that part. Of course,
Yeah.
I am 90% blind.
Yeah, there's a lift. I was just, I'm
Hey.
pulling his leg.
Oh my. Hey, give me that back. Makes it a little hard to get around with.
Let's go for a run. All right, so I'm going to grab the jack. I'm going to grab some jack stands. See if we can get this up on our lift, jack and jack stands. We don't make enough money to have a lift. Besides, the building's not high enough. But have coffee with David for just a second while I grab some stuff.
The biggest thing is whenever you're doing a project like this, it can get overwhelming real quick. But the thing you have to keep in mind whenever you're doing a project like this is just make you a list. And it may seem a little overwhelming, but there's an old adage out there that I always think about whenever you feel overwhelmed by things is the old adage of how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time. And that's the same way that you have to go on your restoration or your hot rod projects or your little projects. Just don't get overwhelmed by it. Just take it one thing at a time. And again, this isn't a business for us. So we're on our own time schedule, which like most of you, if they're private projects, you get them done when you get them done. If you put too much pressure on yourself, it takes the enjoyment out of it. We just enjoy doing stuff together. We like working on things. We like bringing things back to life. So that's what it's all about for us. And hopefully will be for you and your projects too.
Here we go. Yeah, rear end's a little damp. Looks like pinion seal might be leaking some. Lifting.
You're always jacking around, you know that?
It's a lift. Running.
Oh, okay. I don't hear the clicks from the safety
Click.
shocks. There
Click. 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 See? We are like the big boys. We got a lift.
There you go.
Will you push the button on the lift to make it go up a little higher? You forgot the noise. Okay.
The noise is...
That's good. Right there.
I'm afraid if you're down there, bending down there, straining, you're going to make a noise, and I'm not going to like it. I don't want you gassing me. I'm not talking gasoline either. As you see now, he's noticing more things to add to the list.
Squirrel got sidetracked. Okay. Now we'll set it down. Okay, you can spray the nuts down with some lube.
Okay.
See if that half-inch will work.
Well, it'll be 9/16.
9/16.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab it 9/16.
Let me see here. Yeah, pretty much it's off.
What do you need?
All the ones from.
Did that 5/16, 1/4 inch. Let me get the magnetic tray.
Okay.
We'll be right back as soon as he gets there. We have success. The tank is out.
Yes, it is.
Right here.
Yeah.
Little vent tube on top instead on the side. That one's on the side.
Okay. That's fine, because we're going to have to return the hose anyway.
That's a good piece of hose. Yeah.
Yep.
If you're shooting it through a slingshot.
There you
Let me grab a tape of measure.
go.
Let's just see what we got.
Let me just get up here. Get up the way.
Need some help?
As long as I got something to push up on, I'm all right.
I pulled his leg too much this morning. He's having a hard time moving.
Yep, you want to move the creeper?
It's like a one-legged skateboard.
I really don't want to skateboard. All I know is my coffee's gotten cold, so I'm going to finish my coffee.
Okay.
Or you do some measure latent.
Let's see what we got here. Outside edge, 32. 32 by 24 by roughly 6 deep. Ah,
You sure are noisy back
that
here.
sounded good. This one here is, we'll call it 25 by 25 by 9 deep. 25 by 25 by 9 deep. I think this is going to work just fine.
Okay. That's what we want to hear.
there's another piece that goes to this filler neck. It actually slides in the hole with a rubber grommet on it. I need to find that. Let me dig that up. Let me see if I can get my other. Let me dig that piece up. Let me see if I can find my other sending unit, because I know I've got another one somewhere. And just kind of gather some parts I think we might need to stick this in there. I'll be right back. Hey!
Howdy.
Day 2. Got hung up yesterday. Gathering parts. We have parts. So today, hopefully, we'll get the tank in and the lines run. So, got anything to say? Nope, he didn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back and we're going to start putting in the fuel tank that we should have got in yesterday, but we didn't get in yesterday because, well, we had other things going on. So sometimes you got to one day at a time. So we're headed back to the fuel tank. Blower, we're going to blow through that, make sure the fuel line gets enough air through it. Front, David, and hold the camera on the line when I blow.
Oh my.
While I'm laying underneath. Let me find the one. There it is. And pull this out.
Yeah, we're going to try to make sure that the fuel line is still clear. And then we'll also do a little bit of a pressure test on it. After we get done with this, we'll plug the line up and then put a little pressure on it, make sure it doesn't have any holes in it.
Ready?
Yes.
Air going through? Oh, it'd help if I turn it
I was
on.
going to say I don't hear anything. No air coming through here until it's coming out from underneath.
Huh?
Whew, getting a little vapor, but not really getting any air through. It sounds like we got a leak underneath.
Okay, let me go look up front. Just hold on.
Okay.
Let me track this down.
I mean, like I say, I get a little bit of vapor, but like I say, it sounded more like it's coming from the driver's side about midsection.
Let me see what I got on here. Oh, that's because we hooked to another electric fuel pump. Lordy be.
Number 2, number 3. We don't know which yet.
Okay, well,
Okay, just give you a little bit of an update. Jordan's underneath right now. We're moving fuel pump number 2. That's underneath. It was originally all bad, and we still have fuel pump number 3 on our temporary fuel system. So we know we're at least dealing with 3 fuel pumps right now. But he's going to have to bypass that one before he can check the line and see if the fuel line and everything's still good coming up here to the carburetor. So stay tuned, and we'll give you more of an update here in just a minute. Okay, so here we have him. This fuel pump is building. He's in a little bit of the fetal position right now trying to figure this one out. So let's see what his thought process is. Okay, what's your executive decision? The studio audience is waiting.
I may want to rerun this. May want to rerun this line. Where are you at?
Right here, right above your head.
Oh.
I think if we're talking about redoing the line, as many patches as it has in it for electric fuel pumps, I think we'd be better off just go ahead and running the new line. That's going to save you a lot of heartache.
Actually, it just had one for that one fuel pump. That was the only one that was hooked up.
Oh, okay.
But that fuel line in the engine compartment runs up around by the exhaust manifold and up across the front of the motor where
and
it
you
gets
have
hot.
Had vapor locking before.
So I think I'm going to run it up the back of the motor mount or the motor box and into the motor compartment. And I do have some, I have some fuel line or some metal line. I don't know if it's necessarily fuel line. It's going to be. It's mine, so I'm going to make it fuel line because, well, it's mine.
Well, here's one of those things that you just need to consider whenever you're redoing things like this. sometimes it's worth a little bit of extra time and effort and stuff to go through and do it the way that you want it, not just what you can barely get by with, but take the time to do it and do it the way you want it. So stay tuned for as the fuel line runs.
Okay. See if I can get this. See if I can get this fuel line out of here. Here's the old fuel line up here. Let's see if I can work that out of there. And maybe get new fuel in there. I mean, it's just run between them and some little grommet here in the frame. Little. Let's run it right there. And little dirty there. Woo, woo, dirty. Just getting a lot of dirt in my face. I'm fine. It's good. All good. All good. Good, good. Get that about halfway straight coming out of there. Just kind of curl it around. Wasn't hitting anything. Nope. Just having a hard time. Get through this end here. Back on the rear end. A couple of grommets that come off, which are good. Makes it easier. Get this fuel line out here. All right. Got that piece of fuel line out. Now, let's see about trying to get a piece of fuel line in. In and out. In and out. Okay. Then we have this new used, brand new to me, used fuel line that I am going to try to run it back through all these holes if I can. And I just slammed you all over on the ground. Sorry, my bad. Hope I didn't hurt anybody. Slamming everybody around like that. That. Actually, when I come up right here to the back of the motor box right there. Okay. Kind of cut down my fuel line to make it a little easier to get in. And because I didn't need it that long, what we're going to try to do together, I'm going to try not to knock anybody over again, crush them, is I got to get this up and in here. Okay. up through the holes. Being loads of fun. That's it. I want to push that grommet out. All right. And we'll run this fuel line up through the cross rails on the frame. I gotta get this other grommet out. And how are we doing? We're doing all the good. Got it in there. It went in way easier than it come out. We had to make a gentle up swoop here. We don't want to kink anything. We need to come over this way like that. Up there, there. And then a little more on the up swoop here. Like that. Okay. Now, we will get our grommet, put it back on here, and slide it back up in the holes where it goes. Like that. And set the grommet here. I want to put it on the other side. That way the line's not rubbing the frame. Make sure to get these grommets back in there. And this one right back in here. Like so. And now we're in there. Yep. First leg of the fuel line ran. That worked out fairly well. Right up through the back there. And then we'll just run around to the line. And we'll put the filter in between the two metal lines. That way we got a filter in there. We got a metal line run all the way up into the motor box. And then we'll run some rubber from there around to the carburetor. Under the view of drilling out the old tank. I thought I brought the drill over here. Oh, I did.
There you go.
Behind me. It was hiding. All right, we're going to drill this top one out. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. I was pushing on it.
I know, that's why I'm trying to hold it. Well,
Well, that take a little. Probably my dullest drill bit I own.
I was going to say.
Okay. All right. Now we have screws to mount the sending unit to put the tank in there to make sure we can get to the sending unit, which we're not sure if we can get to. Okay. And got to turn like 4 foot around just to find something.
There you go. Well, if you quit playing hide and seek with stuff with yourself.
I know. Can't help myself though. I enjoy it.
There you go.
I enjoy it. Okay, we'll put these screws up through the gasket to hold the gasket once again. Feel like I've done this. I got deja vu. Sometimes you got to do things a million times just to see what's going to work and what's not going to work. Another one is gasket here might have just shrunk a little. Kind of like a shrunken head, shrunken gasket.
There you go.
Rubber though, so it does stretch. To some extent. I mean, you know, like I couldn't stretch it from here to the door and make it work, but you know, close. Okay, more screw in here. Stretched over there. Okay. Now we'll feed this little jewel back down in there. And my light will hit me in my head, which I'll enjoy. I don't want to do that with this because I don't want to mess something up. Oh, you can use this little ratchet right here. Just makes me feel better to do it with the ratchet. Not like these things got to be torqued to 52,000 foot-pounds. All right, progress, progress. Making sure the gasket's getting sealed all the way around. Okay. I probably should have pulled that off. Well, I had that loose. I don't even know anybody got that stupid thing tight ever. About 47 clicks, that'll go off. Yeah.
What are you trying to get off now?
Okay. Okay. Need to go in. Okay, bring it up a little. Okay, hold on. Oh,
So you come in
push
more?
it in a little. Okay, bring it up. Okay, hold on. Let it down just a hair. Okay. Okay, bring it up a little. Okay, hold on. Hold on. What am I on here? Oh, I'm on that. Wait, a tube runs there. Yeah. Okay. That tube. What went on there? Hmm. That spring somehow or another. Come down just a little.
Okay. You coming down?
Yep, it's coming down. Okay, hold it right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm. Bring it up just a little. That's it. Let me grab the light. Yep, I should have pulled that man out of there, which is fine. Okay, we have that tube on the floor. Ah, I see. What we do. Okay. Okay, got to come back down.
Okay. Going all the way down.
I just want to see what happens when this is out. We're going to use that. But, okay, let's go back up without the tube in it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Right. Somewhere in there. Let me see. Yeah. We're going to have to revamp our straps for sure.
Do what?
We're going to have to change them straps.
Okay.
Okay, let it down just a little.
Let it down.
Yep. Okay. Okay, bring it up. Okay, right there. Just a hair more. Just a little more. A little more. Can you push it in? There we go. Yep. I think I got some longer straps though.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that comes out kind of like at a wrong spot. Okay, bring it down just a hair again.
Okay.
Okay, right there.
Okay.
Well, man, it's gonna hang down a ways. Now I know why that tank's flat on the top.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back to Wheels and Wrenches Garage. We've had a little bit of a experience here since the last time we were videoing.
It's been like, I don't know, 4 days.
Yes.
Had some frozen lines, water lines I had to tend to, so we didn't have time to work. Go ahead.
So we have went from the lower 30s to right here in sunny West Texas. Now we're at 82 today. So, like I always say about West Texas, if you don't like the weather, give it a minute, it'll change. Also, you'll find that in some of your projects that you go one direction and then you kind of find that you do a 180 and go to another direction because you find it's something you're doing. Once you get it about done, it's something that bothers you. And if it bothers you when you're doing it, no one else may notice it, but you'll notice it and it will eat at you. So I'll let George explain some of the things that have happened since the last time we were here with you.
Okay, so we had the 56 Chevy car fuel tank, putting it in the van. Filler neck would have been in the right spot, vent tube, perfect spot. It would have actually worked up in there, but then when we got it up in there and I got to looking at it, it was going to hang down like 3.5 inches lower than the bumper. And me, it would irritate me every time I looked at it. I couldn't stand it. So what I did is I went and got the tank that we pulled out, the original tank, which I assumed was rusty. It has had a patch on it the whole time I've owned the van. So I assumed it was rusty there, but then upon inspecting the tank after I got the sending unit out, the inside wasn't rusted up. There wasn't anything wrong with the inside. Actually, it was really clean. So I cleaned up that whole area and I used silver solder and soldered up a hole, looked like a puncture in it. So I soldered up that hole, made sure the hole in it was good. So actually now we're using the original tank in the van. So we've got that up in the van. We went ahead and put a fuel pump on, which, that's wasn't any big deal. We got all new fuel line run up to the front. We still have to get the wiring run back there for the electric fuel pump, and then we'll put a little gas in there, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see if we can get gas up to the carburetor, and then we'll get it started, and then we're going to check for that miss and see if we can figure that out. Let me get you in here, and I'll kind of show you what I did. And I cleaned it up, and actually this fuel tank is in really good shape, and right there is where it had a puncture wound. So I went ahead and fixed that, and put gas in there, made sure it wasn't going to leak while it was out. Didn't leak, so I swished that gas around in the tank and poured it out, make sure the tank was clean. Then we put in this electric fuel pump here. Got our lines all run. We got all the new line run to the front. I'm going to let y'all know what all I did. And then under here, we run the new metal line. I put a fuel filter here and run it up into the back of the motor box. And that line comes up at the back of the motor box, hooks into the rubber line, and it goes all the way around to the carburetor. Shouldn't really get any heat. I shouldn't have a problem with vapor locking or anything like that. So that's the goal. But now we're going to have to get some wire. I got to get the test light, and we're going to see if we can run power back to the fuel pump.
Okay, here we are. Just like everything else, we're going to see if we have power back there to the fuel pump. But, of course, sometimes you have to do maintenance on your tools. So, because the alligator clip broke, George is going to put a new alligator clip on our test light. So we can do this upright, and it'll be ready to go anytime we need it from now on.
Yeah, I found that once you get the wire in there, getting it crimped in there with them little prongs, I think it's best to use, I've always used like a little pair of needle nose pliers.
Okay, that's your little pair? I'd hate to see what the big pair looks like.
No, I got it. I got a little pair right here.
There you go.
Little pair. That's all you need is a little pair.
That's right. That's just like if a 6-inch screwdriver worked, a 3-foot screwdriver will work even better.
That's right.
You can find something that'll fit the head of the screw that you're working on.
We are the blind leading the blind. I'll guarantee you that much.
And the bad part about the blind guy's holding the phone and videoing this. So
I thought that was pretty cool.
You will know why.
Well, at least together we have 60% vision.
There you go.
It's enough for one of us to have a driver's license.
Yes. Better than, 10%. Like I have. You have your 50, so.
David, sometimes I try to get David to drive, but he's not down for that kind of excitement. I am. All right.
I do say that I do mow my lawn every once in a while on my riding tractor. It just takes me 5 times as long because I tend to run over the same area a lot.
Okay, I got the old test light here.
Go in there to the battery and we'll check it and make sure it works. And
yeah, let me get this all in.
Get ready for the
untangulated.
Go underneath. So we'll be back with you here in just a second on the inside.
I'll need you to operate the on and off on the Kia, and I'll take our friends and neighbors and guys and gals and dogs and cats under the van while I'm checking the wire, just see if we have power. Okay. So they can kind of see what's going on.
Just a little tip. I don't know how much I'd let your cat work on the van. But who knows? You may have smarter cats and dogs than I do. Okay, on.
That's the wire right there. That was at the other electric pump.
Okay, we'll turn it off.
Yep, turn it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some heat shrink, some wire connectors, tether of wire, well, pretty good long wire. And we're going to run that from there all the way back to there, to the electric fuel pump, and tie it in. Okay, got some wire, got our wire connectors, got our heat shrink, crimpers, wire strippers. Last but not least, now we got our wire run back here. Now we'll tie it into the fuel line. I will have to take a couple of zip ties to put on there. And I really don't want to cut my wire off my fuel pump really short. I'll take a little bit off, but I like to leave a little extra just in case somewhere down the line something should happen and I might need some line for something, or might need to change the location and the key on. All right, David, would you come turn the key on?
Okay.
Make sure the pump's going to kick.
All right, you ready?
Yep, ready. Okay, and it works. So I'm going to take my little handy dandy torch and we're going to kind of shrink the wrap to it. Nice. And then I'm going to get some zip ties. So there's a couple of places I actually really need to zip tie this up. So while that cools off just a second, let me run and get a couple of zip ties. That's shrink wrap. Zip ties. Go ahead and just kind of zip tie the line so it doesn't get caught on anything, or I don't want it catching on something and coming loose for sure. Could be upsetting. I run it in between the holes with the fuel line, where the fuel line and the brake line went. Clip a little excess off. Yeah, I just don't like having that wire just as short as it really possibly can be, because, well, if you get a bad connection or you got to clip them connections off and redo them, well, then you got to run homemade line because, well, or homemade wire, because it's not going to be long enough. So it makes sense to just leave a little extra on there. That way, you got to take connections from either end. You got a little extra wire to work with. Wire is not cheap, so that's the best thing to do, I do think. There we have our fuel pump hooked up. We have all of our wires ran. All right, now we'll put some gas in here and see what we got. Want to kind of just yeah, that should be enough.
Should be, yeah.
I think.
Still dry underneath there?
Nope.
Nope.
No leakage.
Right.
Got this little tiny bottle. Put a little fuel in. Oh, let's switch sides. I'm gonna need to be on this side.
All right, you take this side, I'll go around.
Yeah. Go ahead and take that off. Porch skins. I like porch skins.
There you go.
Okay. Kick a key on.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Heard it pick up back there.
Yep. Well, you ready to turn the key off?
Yeah.
We'll quick peek underneath.
Turn it on.
Do what?
Turn it on again.
Okay.
All right, turn it off. Well,
We'll try to siphon in the hose.
let me get under here and see if there's a. Oh, I do have a leak somewhere. Oh, I do. Right there in the tank.
Do what?
That tank got a pinhole in it. Still be dipped. Well,
So we still have a pinhole. So now.
I need the. Oh, there's a leak up front too.
Okay.
Okay, we have me that plastic jug under the edge of the van. Got the overflower going on.
There you go. Okay. So, as you can tell, these are the best made plans. We still have some few issues to address, but we will get them taken care of. So for right now, while we try to capture the gas that's running out, we're going to step back for a little bit. We'll be back to you with you here in just a little bit.
Had a leak in the filter here. Okay. Anything coming up yet?
I haven't heard anything.
Why are we not getting anything up here? Okay, turn the key off a minute. We need the plastic container out of there. Okay, turn the pump on. Okay. I'm gonna say might be a blockage in that line. In this metal line. In this new metal line.
I think whenever you bent that fuel line, you kinked it, do you?
No, not
The
kinked.
metal one?
I checked all that. It's a nice smooth.
Okay.
And it's not the lower, it's the one that goes up in here. Do have a tiny pinhole in the tank, and I mean literally a pinhole. Not where I patched it, but at another spot, which I will get that fixed. But didn't have a clamp really tight. So I got that tightened up. And well, let's see what will happen.
There you go.
Can't really see in there. I'm not sure where the light's at. Look, make sure I don't have any leaks underneath. None other than a little pinhole. Well, we'll pump it and We're running. We don't have any leaks other than a pinhole, which is crazy. Gonna have to figure out. It's got a little bit of a miss. I'm gonna check, make sure all the spark plug wires are on, and then we're gonna go from there. See what's going on.
Okay, we're back.
All right, we had to at least I had to fix some stuff. Got that fixed. Tank actually has a pinhole in it. I took some. Well, I wasn't gonna stress, so I took a bar of Caress and rubbed it over the hole. I slowed it down to a slow drip for now. Till I can get to fix it. Now we're gonna try to figure out where that miss is. That's not it. I got two off that time. It was a 2-for-1. And that one, that one really didn't make much difference.
Do what?
That one didn't make much difference. That one does.
Yeah. Okay, so what'd you find?
I believe this is the culprit right here. And this is just really where you can just see everything. I mean, just really convenient. but I believe it's plugs is what I believe it is. They're fuel filled.
Okay. All right, so get a set of plugs for it. And we'll need to get stuff to patch the tank. But for the most part, we've got the fuel system all figured out right now. So just fix that little pinhole in the tank, and pretty much fuel system is working like it's supposed to. So
I'm gonna look in the cap. Glasses are on my head again.
how's your cap look?
Cap looks all right.
Okay, rotor looks good and clean.
Yeah.
Okay, this got electronic ignition or points?
It's points.
Okay, how they look?
Look all right too. Best I can see. Pull that rotor off. And I might hit everything with some light sandpaper real quick, but I think the plugs are just fuel fouled from
Probably from
when we
before.
tried to start it before and the fuel just run into the carburetor.
Yeah. Okay. So if we get set, I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all on pause.
We take a little sandpaper, run around these points here. Go ahead and hit the inside of this a little bit, which actually looks good, but we'll just make sure. Well, that belt ain't no good.
You said you need a new belt?
Oh man, that thing is weather cracked.
Okay.
Big time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
plugs, belt, tank patch kit.
I may have a belt for it.
Okay.
Like 40 million of them on the wall.
40 million.
Well,
That's
maybe
a lot of belts to go through.
it is. But I really don't think that's going to make the hill of beans. The wires actually.
Did you have another rotor?
Damn it.
Okay. This is why I was asking, because I was looking to see what that was on the seat volume, and I realized it was a rotor.
Yeah, we might have spent 2 or 3 more days trying to figure that out.
Yeah, they got no fire to it now.
Well, I'm tired because I've been up since early this morning doing stuff.
Yeah.
I went with a buddy of mine that owns Southwest Machine and Design, and we went and loaded up some equipment. And then we got done with that, went back to the shop. And then I come back, went and got David, and then we started on this, so I've been up a cool minute.
Murphy's Law Day.
Well.
Okay, sometimes you'll find if you're working on a project, sometimes you hit a point where you just need to walk away for a day. Because you're going to get really frustrated.
Yeah, sometimes you do. Oh, no. Nah. Nothing. Ain't got nothing. Yeah, probably when I cleaned them points up there. Probably way out now. Which that's the stuff that I dream about, is the points being way out. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Oh yeah, we're not even jib-jobbing around in there.
Okay.
It's not even moving. Oh
so
yeah.
Are we out of adjustment now, or do we need points?
Oh no, we're out of adjustment now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, will you hand me a Phillips screwdriver?
Sure. Let's go see what we can find. Hold on just a minute.
Got the feeler gauge and a screwdriver. And a partridge in a pear tree.
You're a little bit late for that song, or way, way early.
Okay. They should be gapped at about 17 thousandths. I got like 47 different gauges here in the hand that are stuck together. Thought that felt a little thick. There we go. Okay. Okay. 17 thousandths. Let's see if I got sparkage. Yeah. Not seeing super good makes things so hard, doesn't it?
Yep.
Them points is done for.
Okay.
Yep.
So
The contact on the one side's gone.
Okay.
We're gonna get the points. I think I have a belt hanging on the wall because that belt's gone. I mean, it's just woo wee. Annie M skin ain't that dry.
Oh my.
I mean, it's so cracked it looks like the Sierra Desert.
Okay.
It's rough. So we're gonna get a belt. I think I got one on the wall. Set of points. We'll be going to get us some stuff, and then in the morning we'll be right back with you. We will return hopefully with stuff. See you in the morning.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, back again. Day, whatever it might be. 5,
4 or 5.
5, 4, 15. Anyways, we got parts. David got the tape pulled back out.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and bottom of the tank cleaned up. Put a little patch on there. Just a little tiny pinhole. And
we're going to put a few parts in there.
Yeah, we're in the van.
As we were working on it yesterday, we noticed that one of the bottom plates on the points came apart. So we ordered just a few pieces for inside the distributor. The points condenser. We have it. I mean, we've got another rotor. We got other parts to put on it, but right now we're going to save that for another episode to go ahead and show a full tune-up on it, because this one is going to be quite the project with that motor housing around it inside the cab. So we're going to do that, but also George went ahead and was able to get our more permanent temporary fuel tank put together. What we did is we got us a 7-gallon boat gas tank, and we're going to use that one more. It's a little bit better quality and duty, because I mean, if we're out in the middle of nowhere trying to get one started, we just don't really want to have to try to run, a lot of miles to get parts for it.
So that being said, I'm going to start cleaning off where this little pinhole is, or see if we can get it shiny. See if we can make it shiny. I might need you to hold the tank. I don't know. Maybe not. Can't even see that hole.
Okay, and you'll notice since he was working on a gas tank that recently had gas in it as recent as yesterday, using a non-sparking brush on a drill to make sure that we're not creating any sparks. because, as most of you know, a empty gas tank is more explosive than a completely full one because it's full of vapors.
I'm going to use a little sanding paper on it.
There you go.
Kind of help. Brush got most of the stuff off, but you know, those aren't quite as harsh as a brush as like a stainless steel brush or something. I want to make sure it's clean. I really need to quit gritting my teeth when I'm doing stuff.
There you go.
I got a bad habit of that.
Well, the thing about this is, you know, we can go through several steps because this is one where time is a valuable commodity, but it's worth the extra time and effort to make sure your surfaces are completely clean so that you have a good bond between your patching material and your tank. Otherwise, if not, it'll just flake off and crack off, and you'll be right back where you started.
Isn't that so much fun watching me sand?
Oh yeah.
I bet you they're bored to death.
Probably.
Y'all bored yet? Hope not.
And he does the editing, so he can probably speed this up and look like he's sand like really, really good, really, really quick.
I like the sand more area, and I'm going to cover because I don't want the patch to go past and get on the part that hasn't been really cleaned up good. Take us a little brake clean and just kind of hit that area. And then we'll just kind of hang out. We're going to wait for that to dry up. Okay, here we go. We got our tank stuff, fiberglass, our tiny popsicle stick. I had to get a popsicle. What we're going to do is we're going to squeeze this one side to the other and break the center seal like that. And you run all this black into the white. Get that all pushed down in there. And then we start kneading it back and forth and back. Trying to get it all mixed up. Back and forth and back. Knead. This will actually, has a chemical reaction that actually starts getting warm. And it will turn a nice gray color. That's looking pretty good right there. Take our scissors, cut this little corner out. This stuff here sets up fairly quick. Spread that out around the edges. Get on around that. Should put some gloves on before I started. I'll put this in here. Push it down over that. Like that. I'm going to take the bag of goo. That's getting hotter than shit. It's almost burning my fingers. Hell.
I actually know what that's called.
Chemical reaction?
Exothermic reaction. That's from being a safety guy at a chemical blending plant for years.
Rub that on there good. And not pretty, but it's going to work. Sticky. Sticky.
There you go.
Little full, really sticky.
We'll just have to watch it, make sure it don't come out here and Georgia's stuck to the tank.
Might be. Just not sure.
You might call it contaminated. He's out here and stuck to the tank.
Yeah, it would be much fun. Now would it? Okay.
Okay, and the instructions said that this ought to be dry in about 4 hours. So what we decided we're going to do is here in a minute we'll move it out in the sun and let it bake for 4 hours. Even though you don't have to, it'll be fully cured in 4 hours. But we're going to leave it laying flat to make sure it flows good and bond real well before we probably put the tank back in either tomorrow or Thursday. So
now I'm going to take this stuff outside and let it sit in the sun.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to pull the L point electrodes out of here. Get the screw out. Oh, that was magnetic. The screwdriver. I didn't think this screwdriver was magnetic. That's why I brought my magnet. That worked out well, didn't it?
There you go.
All right. Got the screws out. Lay them right there. All right. See if this is it here. These have been in here a minute. Okay. And we got some really junk points. All these boxes look the same.
Really?
All right. I got these points here.
So your feeler gauge is in here, or you gotta get them in?
No, it's in here. It's laying in the flow. It's laying on the flow. Look, even points come with instructions.
Huh.
Must be new old stock, huh?
True.
Couple old people.
Uh-huh. Ones that should know better than the tips on this stuff, but hey, we don't. We're having too much fun.
17 is a 43 millimeter. For anybody that ever wonders. And I don't think anybody really wonders. Looks like a damn light show coming off that coil. Okay, we got another box. It looks like all the other boxes. I love this mystery box stuff, though. This is always fun. Looky here.
Yeah, rotary.
New rotor. We're going to put that in there. We had mass arcage off that coil. Man, that could have been the mess. Get the cap all buttoned up here. Well, one is a pain in the butt. A little clippy here. I have to get something probably push it with my fingers on. Yeah, it looked like I had like super art coming out of this coil here, which got a complete tune-up set I'm gonna put on here. Anyways, we don't have any fuel going to it because, well, we don't have a fuel pump, but that fixed that problem. Okay, we hooked up our temporary fuel to it till the gas tank dries up and whatnot, and see if she'll crank up. Yeah. Pointage was the problem on that.
Sounds pretty good.
Yep, points was the ordeal. New points in there, new rotor button. Had to order a new cap. So we still got to put the fuel tank in, and then we'll have an upcoming video of brakes,
Yeah.
checking the brakes, put new cap. Already got the new rotor in there. Put all new spark plugs in it. All new spark plug wires on it. Oh, I need to get the alternator belt. I'm going to get a new air cleaner element. Well, we'll have an upcoming video of all of that. At this next week, though, what we're going to do is we'll have something I really need to get running because it's like one of our main means of transportation. So we'll be getting on that too. But till that stuff dries on that tank, that's about all we can do today. So guys, gals, dogs, cats, gophers, anything you are, we'll see you in the morning.
Okay, if you do it, Please like, subscribe, and also share these videos with your friends and your neighbors. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Talk to you all later. Bye bye.